Welcome, friends. So, this that we are, this infinite being, it has no need to put requirements on how life transpires because it is life transpiring. All that is happening is this infinite. So, anytime that we're closing our fist against something, we're trying to create a separation where there isn't one, and that takes so much work. To be a person that, to pretend like we really are a person is so much work. So, how do we open that fist in all the situations? How do we open that fist? So, I'm going to take two examples. I have an employer who sometimes seems to be doing very unethical things. And, I have ideas about, okay, if I'm working with this person, I'm working with this organization, this is the standard. And that's not the case. And at this point, I don't feel life moving me on. There's definite ways that I feel I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing right here. So, how do I have an open fist here? How do I allow this? It could be a business partner in your case, a manager, an employee, your organization, whatever it is that, feels like you are a part of it, and yet it doesn't seem to be doing what your preference would be. How do we have how do we open our fist? That resistance is a closed fist. How do we have an open fist? So open hand, which which includes stepping in wherever it feels appropriate to move the organization or move our business partner in the way that seems to work well. But that's not always available. They might not be ready to make any changes. So how do we open our hand? So it's obvious to me that everything that's happening has a deeper underlying energetic flow. So, yes, there's the opportunity to stand up and say no, to create a better and better way of dealing with each other. But sometimes that's just not what's happening. Well, I trust this underlying energetic flow. I know that the person who looks weak is being invited to tap into their strength. I know that when it looks like something is immoral or someone is being harmed, yes, there are ways to move forward, but in the meantime, it's okay. There really is an underlying energetic flow. So I think I've told the story before. I had a medical procedure. It was getting an IUD placed and then having it removed. And, for many women, this is a very simple thing. In both my cases, I couldn't even walk. I was in so much pain. I had so many contractions. It was sort of paralyzing. I could not walk for a few hours both times. And the doctor who originally placed it, when I walked into his office, there was this intense energetic connection. I'd never met him before. I don't know really what that energetic connection was, but it was very intense. And it feels like he and I were completing a cycle as he placed that IUD, and then later I had it removed. I completed a cycle, soul to soul. So who knows when two souls are completing a cycle? We can't step into that. We can't interfere with that. That process is an inevitable, necessary process. So when we're feeling so powerless to, we're holding our fists and this is wrong. This person shouldn't be wronged like that, or whatever it is we're doing. Yes, of course, we're moving grace, we're moving life, we're moving love, we're moving peace into greater expression in the world. But where it isn't at the moment is essential, because everything is essentially manifesting this whole that is waking people up, that is having this spiritual awakening. Everything is essential. So we can open our hand, open our hand, open our hand. I've looked into my own life and know the pain that I've experienced has always, always called me into deeper knowledge of what I am. So I can open my hand. And another place where we tend to have the closed fist is having our own peace disturbed. Is there someone who, for whatever reason, is in our space, in our life, in a way that, we can't figure out a way to not have them there? There is somebody who seems to be disturbing our peace. Or maybe it's not a person. Maybe it's a situation, very loud noise, or who knows what the situation is. But it's disturbing our peace. Here's our nice, peaceful life, and now we've got this person who yells at their dog next door all the time. Or, who knows, somebody who has gun practice down the road. Whatever it is that seems to be disturbing our peace. How do we move from that closed fist to the open hand, right? And there, the most helpful practice I found is noticing the sensations. It's so easy to try to define everything as, that is somebody angry at someone else. Well, that's a lot of interpretation. That is somebody harming somebody else. That's a lot of interpretation. That is somebody disrespecting me. That is somebody yelling at me. Again, interpretation. What is just the simple sensation I'm experiencing? So I just go in and check, okay, I'm experiencing tightness. I'm experiencing, could be some very chaotic movement inside of me. It could be freezing, could be dullness, could be contraction, could be heat behind my eyes or my throat. But literally down to the sensation. I can't even say that's guilt or that's shame or that's sadness or that's grief. That's all still interpretation. So for me, I've got to just notice it literally at the sensation level. Literally. Hot, cold, dense, light, open, closed. Literally, simply sensation. And then I just look and see, can I be with that sensation? Can I be with that sensation? So if it's the neighbors who repeatedly argue, or, whatever it is, can I be with the sensation that arises inside my body? Yes, I can be with that sensation. I really define it down. Can I be with that sensation? And when at the moment that I say, yes, I can be with that sensation, I feel the hand opening. Yes. And it can be, say my partner is spending money I didn't think we had, or, is whatever, not keeping commitments. Any one of those kinds of things can be the open fist that I just notice, okay, it causes a set of sensations. And lo and behold, can I be with those sensations? And once I'm able to be with the sensations, it's amazing with the open hand, the options are so much easier to step into in responding rather than reacting. There's an understanding, there's a kindness, there's a willing to experiment, there's an ability to just be simple and forthright. I don't particularly like that. It's interesting when the fist is closed, I'll go to the person and I'm, being more high and mighty, saying, "Oh, that's really not a great way to do this. I have shoulds, and they end up sneaking into my language. It would be better if such and such happened." I'm the preacher. I'm on my podium here. But once there's the open hand, then the kind of conversations are, "I like this. I like that." It's all simply a matter of this is a preference. There's no obligation, there's no moral righteousness. Just, I like this. Is there a way that we can incorporate what I like here? That's it. And there's curiosity. Okay, how is this working for you? What is it giving you that you could still get some other way? I want them to have their experience. There's this just much easier proactivity. So anyways, these are the things I've found to notice where I might have a fist and where it can become an open hand. Because this that we are, it doesn't have to argue. It doesn't. Because what we are is everything else. And the moment I'm arguing, I'm trying to be a separate something. So engaging as the open hand is a wonderful way of just tapping back into this infinite expressing through me rather than trying to be an authority or an identity, which is so much work. So from the fist to the open hand.